old building had pipes and drainage thing, I mean, pipes running through in the center, and you thought of a transparent thing on top.
No, it was basically, it was a existing building, which was a residential building, which was converted to a hotel that was known as Bombay International initially. And it had the famous Studio 29 restaurant in the ground floor. Then my clients took over the property and they wanted to do, because the location was very prime. And Marine Drive is, and next to Oberoi is a very prime location. I mean, you won't get it more than once in a lifetime. So they got this project and they asked us, since we were doing a lot of work for them, so they asked us to redesign it. And the other thing was, it's got a present, you know. It's a heritage present. It's got that Art Deco present on the Marine Drive. So you can't pull the buildings down and make a new one.
Yeah.
So that's how we had to refurbish that building. Keeping that building, we had to transform it into a proper 5-star hotel, which would be like a boutique hotel, what it is today. And when they came to us, their brief was they wanted a pool. And since it being an old building, putting a pool on the building means, looking at the surrounding, we didn't have any space on the ground floor. The only place was on the top of a pool, building. And the only location was, this was the only location where we could take the columns up from down, because we, in the center earlier, there were 2 staircases and there was all the drainage pipes coming down and all rats going there. It was in a real mess, you know. But I mean, we thought that's the best location to do an atrium. And you know, if you see the rooms also, it's a very long this thing, because it was an apartment block. So what we did is we made the rooms into a living room and then a toilet, and then we have the bedroom which is facing the sea.
Alright.
So each of the apartments, that's how it's all
Studio apartments.
It's all
suites.
suites. We term them as all suites. It's an all-suite hotel. It's and so then what we did is we put up the pool on the top, and then but still we wanted light to come down into the atrium, because otherwise if you close the atrium with the concrete, then it would be very dark, and in the daytime also we would have to bring light, put on the lights for this thing. So we thought of a glass bottom pool. First we thought of taking a full glass bottom, but when we went into the details of it and actual working of it, we saw it's not possible because of the load of the water and the thickness of the glass was
So it's
going
4 feet up, 4 feet high, or it's a full depth swimming pool?
It's a 1.2 meter swimming pool.
That's quite.
Yeah, it's a regular swimming pool. So then we contacted a couple of companies and we did the glass bottom, but they gave us a limitation that this is the size max they could give us. So then we did a detail, we did a pattern, and we put the glass bottom in their place. And we got 4 layers of glass laminated together, and that's how the whole thing is done. We got some Australian glass technologies who gave us some input and how to do it and everything, and that's how we got it done.
How old is this?
Now it is almost 15 years.
15 years.
14,
That is
15
that back.
Yeah.
This was tried.
Yeah. And the thing that happened, the tragedy that happened is before the opening of the hotel there was Diwali and the glass was put in place and everything was there. First time what happened is, this was the 3rd time when it actually became successful. First time when we did it, they put on the air conditioning from inside, and the glass technologists had told us, since it is a 4-layer glass, you do not put on the AC without the water. Because there are 4 layers of glass, the AC would cool the glass from inside.
One side,
and the
other
heat,
side. Yeah.
so it would crack, and it actually did happen that way. So we had to take it out and redo it. the clients were really getting impatient because the project was getting delayed. And the other thing was, they were losing money. And that class costed them a fortune. At that time, I do not remember the exact figure, but I can get it for you. It was really expensive. Because 4 layers of glass, nobody had done it in India, laminated and everything. Then we got the next time, and Diwali came, and there was monsoon before that, so they had covered the whole thing with tarpaulins that the water doesn't, come down. And we were doing the interiors inside and everything. So one day, one night, a rocket somebody put on the marine drive, and that rocket came and went into the tarpaulin, and the whole thing caught fire. The whole thing caught fire, and night time when the work is there, so nobody was there. The tarpaulin and the wood and everything caught fire, and it started, came onto the glass, and the glass started melting because of that heat, that fire, and everything came down. And so second time, and the third time we got it in place.
So
And
15 years back, you could speak to a client and make him agree to see a transparent thing with water on top and go through twice round. And still survive.
Yeah, and the client came, it was a point when client was saying, I'm going to put RCC and close it and finish it. I'll put on lights every day. I'm not interested, but patience worked, and today where we are, you see.
People are talking stories about it.
Yeah.
I'm sure you had a tough work at hand that time.
Yeah, it's a nice hotel. It turned out very nicely. And that small property that was about 55,000 square feet. We got 66 all suite rooms.